Alright, yesterday we blew up that bomb there, but I actually, since I already had to go back and edit that video, I, I at the very end of that video, after like we come out of the door back over there and Eddie's talking, I came over to this ledge and I accidentally looked down at my phone to read a message and I just walked straight off of it. So I actually fell, like, as you can see, straight right down there. And I kind of got stuck on the wall here, and I tried to jump over to that metal thing, but didn't make it, fell straight down. So I reloaded the save, had to come back out the door, and then I just let the whole speech there with Eddie, Ulysses is talking through him, play out, so that um, so that I could just cut the piece where I died out, and then uh, just essentially re-record it. So it might have looked a little off. I don't know if anybody would have ever even noticed it, but yep, we got another warhead down here, and we got quite a few enemies on the radar. So take that out, and that out. And there's going to be a lot of those warheads in this area too, so that's something we're going to keep an eye out for. But let's come over here, see what's here. Another one of those logs. I think that's 4 of them now. Yeah, 4 to 6. Ammo. Yeah, just checking what's over here. Gotta make sure. There's a spiraling staircase that leads down to the bottom where all those enemies are, and I'm not sure why I just took those flashbangs. But yeah, let's just keep going. Here's the staircase, and what? Okay, so usually the enemies don't come up the staircase. I don't ever really see that. I can't recall ever seeing it, but maybe I have. But yeah, at the bottom of the staircase is where we exit to where obviously we saw down from the top of the building, and then that's where all the enemies are going to be around. But oh, we got another one. And he's almost dead, probably was in the blast of that explosion that we set off. Okay. As you can see, I don't know if I've already said this yet, but this hollow rifle is pretty good against these normal enemies that, aren't the stupid seekers, and especially now that we have lots of microfusion cell ammo. It's one downside to me is the 4-shot thing, because oftentimes, like, it'll take 2 or 3 shots to take out a single enemy. But over there, where I just scoped in, is actually where we're gonna find another upgrade for Eddie, or sort of that general area. That'll be the 4th one, and the 5th one is also in this area. So, yeah, okay. I think the enemies over here are actually a couple mole rats, so I don't really want to take them out. Mole rats seem a lot less, I don't know, like, they don't seem like they're that bad, you know? It's like, it's just a mole rat, let them be. The ones in Fallout 4 look a little bit more creepy. The ones that, yeah, I don't know, they just like come out of the ground, and I don't know. Obviously, everything in Fallout 4 looks more detailed, and yeah, I guess you just get a better idea of what it actually is. And I need to sneeze here. Okay, sorry about that. We'll take a look at this thing here. This place is a hellhole. I heard it was bad for some of these guys coming back, but Jesus. Henriksen bought it when one of those unplugged warheads went off, and Jenkins, those things got him. I don't know where they were exactly, ghouls maybe, but nasty effers. LT thinks that they dream by the explosion that killed Henriksen. I think we're all gonna die there. Alright. So, in case there's any question of why I couldn't read that simply, Um, I'm actually recording this in post commentary right now. I've been sort of commentating up until now as if I was playing the game, but I'm not. 2 episodes from now, you'll find out that. So 2 episodes from now, we're fighting Ulysses, and in the fight with Ulysses, I had to replay it a couple times, not because I died or anything like that, because I explained it in that video too, so I don't want to get too much into detail, but I took, like, obviously going into a pretty tough fight, I popped a bunch of drugs, and then the first time I did it, like when you go up to talk to him, and here we have this stupid animation thing happening where it's like got me stuck, but yeah, when you take drugs and then like you're affected by them or whatever, it did that annoying thing where it like put a visual effect on the screen, and that visual effect popped on the screen the moment I started talking to Ulysses, so he looked all distorted and purple and blue. So I reloaded the save and restarted the recording so that you could actually see him well. And then that time, I looked over and realized that my audio wasn't recording. So then I had to reload the save, and I went back and I realized that the entire night, which was only this episode and the one after this, my audio wasn't working. And I don't know if you can hear it right now, but there's a cat checking out this mic sitting on the desk. But yeah, I'm coming back right now and recording the voiceover for this so that at least the episode has a little bit more flavor to it, because I don't want to have an hour of video without anything over it. And I'll try to remember like what I was saying at the different parts, you know, and like point that out and talk about a few different things and times where I almost got like completely screwed over. But yeah, right now, today, is the first day of the EVO 2015 convention. So right now, the stream is kind of freezing up now and again, but I am watching Melee. So that's over kind of on the other screen, keeping an eye on it. Just seeing if there's any. It's only pools today, obviously, because it's the first day. So, you know, people are just kind of showing and getting and earning their place within the actual top 32 bracket. I think it gets narrowed down to. So now there is a cat sitting on my desk, and I can't really get at my mouse. But one thing I just realized is that possibly the most notable way for, if anybody like did tell who's watching this that it's like, oh, something's different about the audio quality. I'm not, like, because I'm recording this in Movie Maker right now, so honestly I have no idea what the audio quality is going to be like. But one thing I do know is that you can't hear my keyboard the entire time, like the little like thumps of me clicking. Like here, let's do an example of what it would sound like. Like, you know, that's usually me typing, moving, jumping, whatever. And then obviously, you know, I'm like shooting the entire time, so you're not going to hear those today. And I'll let this play. I just realized I was talking over it.
He looks so lonely. Maybe if Mom fixes him, he can help her out around the garage.
All right, boy. But if he breaks anything, it's coming out of your allowance.
Yay! He'll be just like Ralphie. Only this one's not a toy.
Sounds like that kid was pretty fond of you. Why'd you leave? You gave that up to continue Whitley's mission? Where did this happen? I think that's the option I choose. Yep, where did this happen? Illinois? So that's where you got that plate. Well, the other you, I mean. And then there's the funny option there, which I don't choose, but what's a Chicago? So there was that audio recording. I'm not sure if I talked over the initial part of that, or well, I did, but I don't know how much. And over in this area, I remember being like a little worried because there's like some. I knew if I was thinking there's some satchel charges right here. I know they're coming up right ahead, just around this corner, and I kind of zoom in there, and I'm just saying like over to the left of where I'm looking, and like around this area there. That's where like some satchel charges are gonna be, if I remember correctly. And then I peek over this edge, and I'm like, okay, yep, there's a warhead, and I'm gonna be a nerd and just try to peek over the corner, and hopefully they won't damage me. But as you can see, it take a decent hit there. So spam those stim packs. That's what it's all about. And then I'm just like being a little bit more cautious again, trying to keep an eye on the ground, watching out for satchel charges, because I know they're in this area, and I'm thinking they're like right here. But yeah, and the other thing up there where I just zoomed in, that's where the elite riot gear armor is gonna be, and also another upgrade for Eddie. So we'll definitely be heading there. And then here, I see the tip of that warhead, so freaking snipe it. And I don't remember which video it was in, but I'm pretty sure it was a Lonesome Road video where I talked about how I ordered stuff from the Bethesda store and how I was a little disappointed that it hadn't arrived yet. So in checking my emails and stuff like that and trying to find shipping and tracking information, and then signing into my Bethesda account on the Bethsoft store, I realized that supposedly I never ever ordered that stuff. But for some reason in my mind it was very clear that I did order that stuff. I don't know how I like tricked myself, but in my mind I totally did, because I was very set on it, I remember. But I guess maybe I waited, or I was like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow, or I don't know what happened, or maybe I convinced myself not to, but for some reason still in my mind I had thought that I totally bought them. So I signed into the thing yesterday, just to take a look at what kind of stuff they have on their site, and they got a lot of really freaking cool stuff. So one of the things I was looking at originally, and that I thought I did get, was this Brotherhood of Steel Salvation hoodie. It's just got the Brotherhood of Steel logo on the back, and otherwise it just kind of looks like more of like a beat up sweater, and then it's got the patch on the left arm. Kind of looks a little pre-war kind of feel to it. Looks a little, yeah, I don't know, beat up, that's the word I'm using. But I like it. I like the way it looks. And then there's these pop vinyl toy things, which I don't know, I never really got until recently. Like I've seen a couple that I think are like, oh, that one's kind of cool. And on their site they have, and I saw this before, and I was considering ordering them in my last order, but in my mind, the story I'd made up, I didn't order them. Yeah, they have a Deathclaw one that I think's cool. And they also have a Brotherhood of Steel one. The Brotherhood of Steel little guy is sold out though, so I don't know. I was kind of looking at this Deathclaw one, considering that. I think it's pretty cool. And then they just have the Fallout 4 Vault-Tec t-shirt, so blue with the yellow text, 111 on the back, Vault-Tec on the front, and then a Taste the Radiation hoodie. And hopefully I haven't talked over anything important yet. I don't think I have. Yeah, Taste the Radiation. It's just like a black hoodie with a Nuka-Cola thing on the back. And then on the front it just says Nuka-Cola in text on like the left side of it. And then finally I just like started looking at their other brands that they have, and I started looking at the Elder Scrolls stuff, and there's this freaking sweet pop vinyl thing of Alduin, and I think that one's sick, because it's actually got a little bit more, I don't know, character to it than the usual ones, I feel like. I'm not sure how to put it, but in here, yeah, we actually run into a few tunnelers, and as you can see, that guy almost retires me there. These guys are kind of annoying to fight against. Like, there's a lot of times where I almost die from these guys, so we're always spamming the stim packs. And then over here we pick up the last iBot circuit upgrade, so then we increase our accuracy in VATS as long as Eddie is our companion, and we gain an accuracy boost. So that was the last one. I completely missed the part where I picked up the fourth one, but that fourth one, gave us a damage boost for us and Eddie while we're using beam weapons. Like, it's +5 to beam weapons. So that's pretty sick. And up here, I'm just kind of like looking around for a few things first. But the one more important thing, more cool thing that we pick up over here is right there, the Elite Ride gear, which is the best version of that armor in this DLC. And it's usually like, if I'm building like a guns character, that's the one I'm going to use. And otherwise I'll usually pass that over to companion. Like, maybe if I do want to use Boone, or sometimes I'll give that to Raul. Yeah, that's usually the one I'll stick with, because it's good. But yeah, at this point we're over encumbered, so I just like pass off of the random garbage to Eddie over there. Nothing much else going on, but I'm trying to use my mouse and my cat is like sitting halfway on it. I am going, oh, and then yeah, it just dropped down over here, cause screw going back through that thing and waiting for load times. But yeah, I just come this way a little bit, because I was checking what's over there. For some reason I had in mind that one of those audio logs might have been there or something, and then like every once in a while I look up to see if I see one of those warhead things, because I know there's a few locations where they're just kind of like up above, but I'm pretty sure that's sort of in like the next canyon area, because we're going to go through another little underground part pretty soon. But then I don't know if this is the part coming up, but I know we run into a couple of pretty near-death situations. Oh, am I gonna play this right now? Yep, listen to this.
Like the sands of the great salt lake echoed, the beating in the divide sky, like storm drums of the white legs. Ran with them on the salt beds at Kaiser's command. Cut the throats of the two-headed bear, cut all communities off. Use storm, sky, disease, fire, starvation, and the violence of the ignorant to ruin all who could. Might stand against him. But the white legs, they couldn't live on their own like most scavengers. So gave them purpose, turned their hunger into a weapon. The wall of New Canaan, too high for Kaiser. Too proud, maybe. Or maybe something there from his past that needed killing. Memory of Graham. Help them dig out Canaan's supply caches and other secrets the sands hid. Bunkers filled with powered weapons even the Brotherhood might desire. They call these new weapons storm drums. In the firing of shells, taught them the power in the casings to channel the spirits in their guns. Me, they called me the flag bearer. Glory in my hand, in my staff that still bore the weight of the old world, just as the symbol on my back did. I learned their weapons as a means of respect, and when it came their turn to pay respect to me, history came rushing back. Can't escape what's been done. History's there, no matter how far you walk.
Okay, so raiders hunt amateurs that will track you down and sell. Oh no, not that one. That's mean. You're lucky you got away from them. They would have sold you for scrap in a heartbeat. That sounds bad. Sounds like they blew out your primary stabilizing jets. I can't believe you kept going after that. No time to talk. I don't like the look of this place. Let's keep moving. Yeah. So like that Ulysses thing was going. So I just kind of skipped past the first thing, but it was an audio log of like some music playing and then gunshots going off and Eddie getting away. So I skipped past it so you could actually hear Ulysses keep going. But yeah, then the first option there was just like, oh, it really sounds like a 308 round, and I'm getting my ass handed to me by these tunnelers, so I just start retreating like right away as a cat walks in front of the screen and steps on my laptop. Oh, and I just realized my laptop wasn't plugged in this entire time, so there. I got more screen brightness so I can see better what's going on. And then also during that, while the Ulysses log was playing, I realized that that was the part where I stepped on a freaking satchel charge or fell on it and almost died. And then it broke my limbs and all that. But in here, I'm being a little cautious because one of the tunnelers just like went back under, and I know the moment we step out, more are gonna start coming. So like every few seconds, I'm gonna like kind of start turning around and being like, "Wait, what was that?" It's like one they should have done like a horror movie thing with these tunneler caves where it's like choo, choo, and like just shadows are flying by across your screen. But yeah, here we get pretty lucky because there's tons of them, as you can see, but they just all start going for Eddie. So I just completely abuse that and hang back and take everybody out. But if you kind of like keep an eye on the weapon condition right now, I know I made a remark on it yesterday when I was playing this. It's funny because I think at the very end of this, like this might be one of the last guys right here. But if you look at our weapon condition, like just from taking it, like that wasn't even that many people. In the scheme of things, but my weapon condition is already like a third of the way gone, so this thing breaks quickly. It's the price you pay for how great it is. So that's one of the reasons that I really like to use Raoul as a companion back in the Wasteland, like for this weapon, especially with energy weapons. But just grab a few things, and at this point I remember that I was looking for, because we have like 4 out of those 6 Ulysses logs, or 5 now, whatever. I'm not sure if I've picked one up while I wasn't looking. But yeah, we're just kind of like wandering around this room because in my mind I was thinking that there was another one. So just double checking. And come back over here. And tin cans, nothing else. Yeah. It's annoying to watch this part back because I know the end of it. The end of it is that I don't get anything. This kind of reminds me, it's just a knocked over bookshelf. Oh, and then we get a Wild Wasteland encounter here, so Seymour. It's like some random dog. It weighs 0, so I take it. And then we find a note. Sunflower Summer's diary. So let's see if I can read this. Dear diary, I think we did it. We finally convinced the death merchants to hear out our beautiful mother's cries. I just had a personal meeting with the base commander who said that they would be taking a long hard look at our demands and preparing something special for us. I can't wait to see what it is. And then something about, I hope they don't set off the bombs or something like that. But obviously, it didn't work out for the person. So yep, I come up here thinking maybe it was on top of this rock. I'm not sure if I've already even looked over here, but plans don't play out. And that's a bank that fell over. But yep, we're gonna come over to this building and we're closing this out here because the end of this is gonna be when we exit a building, and I think, or I don't know. We'll wait and see. I think I'm getting this building confused in another place. I was gonna make a remark that I think I've already made before, but we'll see in a second. Yeah, no, I think this is something else. But yeah,
Next week on
oh,
Ralphie the Robot's
this.
Incredible Odyssey.
Ralphie, hurry! If mean old General Winters catches you, you'll never make it home! No! Ralphie, fly far, fly fast!
Tune in next Saturday for the exciting conclusion. Only on Vault-Tec Channel 9.
Eddie? What are you doing in here all alone? And who left these old videos playing? Come on, let's get you into your recharge bay. We've got a big day tomorrow.
Suddenly, a lot of things make more sense. Is that what you were doing, trying to find your way home? Don't worry, I won't let any mean old generals get you. Suddenly, I feel the same way. Or come on, Eddie, we've got to fly far and fly fast if we want to get to the end of the divide. And he plays that cool audio sound. And I believe we're going to have some more dialogue.
That explosion, that building falling deep in the divide might have been your work. Wouldn't kill you. Maybe close. Knew you'd survive, but no need to go any farther. You've brought me what I need. That machine with you, sealed in the Hopeville silo. Needed someone to unlock it, bring it home. Now the signal's strong enough. No need for you to carry it anymore. I can call your machine to me.
If you think you can take him from me, try.
The machine you brought is mine now. It's coming home. I'll reduce it to parts, just enough to function, to be aware of what's happening. What's inside that machine, that's all that mattered. All the machines here, made of wreckage from the divide, and all that was brought here. Inside its frame, it carries the message you brought here, and it'll do what it was programmed to do. Whatever it can to get home. The giants here will listen to it. I'll bring the divide to your home, your nation. Let its flag burn, just like you let the divide burn. Big mounting access code, Ulysses. Command override. Navarro.
No, Eddie. Ulysses seized control of Eddie. You lost Eddie's companion. Everything he was carrying has been transferred to you. You have lost Eddie's enhanced sensors perk. And we get a level up. So we're going to try to drop all of our stuff in here. Or, well, we're going to get rid of the stuff that we don't really need because we're very over encumbered. And one thing I realized in the next episode that I'll just point out now is that I freaking should have dropped all those stupid flashbangs here, because that flashbangs was worth 8 weight. But what I just ended up deciding to do is get rid of this bed kit. I think I get rid of some doctor bags. A better option would have been to get rid of those 22 stealth boards I have and just keep like 2. Yeah, we get rid of that, and then yeah, we come down here and find a couple things to get rid of, I think. Oh yeah, the empty whiskey bottle. We level up, top off explosives, and put more points into survival. And then I decide that as for the theme of ending these episodes that I've kind of been doing for most of them, I'll end the episode when this thing goes off.